As most Americans should be able to tell you, Hawaii is, in fact, a U.S. state. It may be 2,300 miles from the mainland and 4,700 miles from the nation's capital, but the fact remains that it is a fully fledged member of our union. However, it is also no secret that Hawaii is quite unique among the United States. Hawaii has its own history, culture, language, and again, it is very far away from the rest of the country, but Hawaii still follows many norms of other U.S. states. It gets a star on the flag, 2 senators, and is subdivided into jurisdictions known as counties. Now, Hawaii is unique in that it is the only U.S. state with no land borders. Rather, the state is comprised of 8 main islands. They are Niihau, Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Kahului, Maui, and Hawaii. Since Hawaii is made up of 8 main islands, you would think Hawaii is 8 counties, one for each island. Simple, right? Unfortunately, with Kahului being completely unpopulated and Niihau, the Forbidden Isle, having no cars, stores, or internet, this is not the case. Rather, Hawaii only has 5 counties. To find the first county, we go to the island of Oahu, which is separately administered as Honolulu County. This county is comprised of not only Oahu, but also of all the smaller, uninhabited islands located northwest of Kauai and Niihau. Honolulu County is home to the state capital and largest city, Honolulu, as well as nearly 70% of Hawaii's entire population. Next up is the Big Island, which is separately administered as Hawaii County and is home to roughly 200,000 residents. The third county is comprised of both Niihau and Kauai to form Kauai County in the northwest. The fourth county, Maui, is comprised of most of the land on the 4 remaining Hawaiian islands, but to find the fifth county, you have to look closely at the northern half of Molokai Island. Here, we find the focus of this video, Kalawao County. With a land area of just 12 square miles and a population of only 88 people, Kalawao County has the distinction of being the smallest county in the United States by both population and size. This begs the question, why does such a tiny, isolated peninsula on the already rural Molokai Island exist as a separate political entity? Why does Hawaii have such a tiny county, and how did it come to be? Well, to understand the history of Kalawao County, you must also understand the history of Hansen's disease, or as it's more commonly known, leprosy. You see, leprosy is a now near-extinct disease that historically has caused widespread panic. Leprosy causes very noticeable disfigurement and disability, was wrongly believed to be very highly contagious, and for a long time was without a cure. These factors made people want to get leprosy as far away from them as possible, and to accomplish this, a quarantine method known as leper colonies was devised. Leper colonies were towns or settlements where patients of leprosy were exiled to. Leper colonies were widespread in the Middle Ages, mostly in Europe or India, and generally located in remote, difficult-to-access locations in order to keep the disease as far away from the general public as possible. Hawaii's leper colony on Kalawao dates back to 1866, when Hawaii was still a sovereign, fully independent kingdom. Hawaii's king, Kamehameha V, issued an act to prevent the spread of leprosy, decreeing mandatory quarantine was the only way to stop the spread of the disease. Due to the natural barrier of 2,000-foot-tall sea cliffs, the Kalopapa Peninsula was chosen as the site for Hawaii's leper colony. Through Hawaii's transitions from kingdom to republic to U.S. territory to U.S. state, the Kalopapa Peninsula was always where the lepers were exiled to, up until the year 1969. Thanks to the sea cliffs, Kalawao County still cannot be accessed by any roads on Molokai, so to get there today, after obtaining special permission from Hawaii's government, you must either fly into the tiny, rarely used Kalopapa Airport, or take the 3.2-mile-long mule trail down the cliffs and into the settlement. So now that we've gone over Kalawao's small stature, as well as Hawaii's history of leprosy, one question remains. How did this leper colony come into being its own county? Well, in the Kalopapa Peninsula's 103-year history as a leper colony, roughly 8,000 people were exiled there, with a peak population of the peninsula being around 1,100 lepers. The county was incorporated alongside Hawaii's other 4 counties in 1905, 40 years after the peninsula's designation as a leper colony. The main reason it was incorporated as a separate county was because Maui County representatives did not want to risk their own health by having to travel to the Kalopapa Peninsula. As a result, Kalawao County was put under the administration of the Hawaii Department of Health, who continues to administer the county to this day. Lacking a local government, the director of Hawaii's Department of Health simultaneously serves as mayor of Kalawao County while in office. The mayor holds executive powers within the county and appoints the sheriff. Currently, Kalawao County's mayor is Bruce Anderson. The unusualness of Kalawao County doesn't stop at its government, though. When leprosy treatment became available in 1969, the quarantine method was lifted, allowing Kalawao's residents to move away from the peninsula. However, many of the residents chose to stay, as they believed their disfigurements from the illness would make reintegration into society impossible. The state promised the remaining residents that they could live there for the rest of their lives, though no new patients or other permanent residents have been admitted since, hence the dwindling population. No more than 100 tourists a day may visit on official tours, and nobody under the age of 16 is allowed to visit or live there. Today, it is estimated that there are still 7 leprosy patients living in Kalawao County. Once the county's population drops to 0, the National Park Service will overtake the land, and it is assumed that it will be absorbed back into Maui County. In conclusion, Kalawao County was created so the Hawaii Department of Health could directly administer its former leper colony. Despite not functioning the way other Hawaii counties do, the state considers it one of its 5 counties, and until it's no longer populated, Kalawao County will remain the smallest county in the country. Thank you guys so much for watching my video about why Kalawao County, Hawaii exists. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. I plan on making videos like this regularly, and if you didn't, please feel free to leave feedback in the comments. If you have any suggestions for videos I should make, or any related feedback, feel free to leave in the comments down below. And yeah, see you guys next time.